and space.
Wait a minute. Well, I don't know why it stops. Okay, now it's going.
Right?
Okay, let's start again.
Okay.
Yeah. Substance.
Yeah. Sometimes I think the human being knowledge is being knocked down. The relationship between the spirit and substance. When a human, they are their spirit and the body. But for me, all substance exists in the time and space, but spirit is floating around. Some substance can absorb spirit. I mean, so they have freedom of substance to get any energy. Like stone is always have this power, and we can find a way to read everything that record in the stone or feel in the stone. So this is a lot of mystery part that is more bigger than the knowledge we have. So I try to feel this part of the mystery. Maybe I put Lily. They will be remind us something, maybe more than knowledge, maybe beyond knowledge. I try to find some mystery path to some place that we never been before maybe. So we try that because, like what you say, maybe you are very interesting about the beauty of Lily to make you emotion, to be direct, to be more sensual. But at the same time, when you will use human knowledge to feel about this, you will feel this is maybe something like sex things and what. But for me, I understand sex is maybe an expression of emotion. But the emotion is the beginning of human being, maybe more earlier than the beginning of human being. Because one cell to come to another cell, they need emotion. Because they want it, they need it. So they come this way. So just like sex, just like everything. So when this all come together, I feel the first motion of human being is very interesting. Maybe more than we know what happened. Maybe love, maybe being lost, being have to be respected by people, or the temperatures surrounding, so that they want some. They always. I think humans, with you thinking what is the human different from the other things. They're always thinking about they are not so safe. They need some exterior things to warm them, because they never prepare to be in this time and space. They never prepare well, so that they have religious, they have many things to strengthen themselves from the fear. That's what I understand. So when I put Lily in this stage, I can touch many parts of them. And Lily can give the warm feeling, familiar feeling. That's the most interesting, because she is empty at the same time. That's
Like
make
an
me,
actress.
yeah, so that I can drive her to further and further different place. It's really interesting.
And in the same way, when you made the marble sculpture,
Yes,
Sleeping Woman,
yeah.
it was the same idea to impart an emotion, no?
Yeah. It's also want to find the emotional details, because I say that if I use this, I always move her. You can see I move Lily,
Yes.
little thing, but
Why, did
he
you
will
think
find a
she-
way to work with the space.
Did you think she didn't like the other chair? When you moved her from one chair to another?
But she can show you.
Yeah.
She don't like, she will you see it. Pretty direct.
And the crying sculpture.
Yeah.
What was your explanation for the tears?
Because I see many sculpture, and I find that they always have feeling, but at the same time when they put in the museum and gallery, the people always in a safe place, that I come here, I just say I like it or not, I understand it or not, but we don't have an internal relationship. I want to make the internal relationship, so I make the room really dark, just a little light from the tears. So you have enough space for you get into it. So you see the moving, this emotion that you're familiar. So you will find yourself, what is the situation yourself? You will see it. It's something like a Buddha. When you want to say something, it's something like the church when you speak to God and like that. It's also the same. So that they always an empty space before you come. You don't know what happened, and after you see it, yourself will tell you what is your situation, so that you will speak. And this is really interesting. And this is the beginning. Maybe not. It's not say this is sad or maybe happiness also. Just up to you. Just like what you see. This is more mystery. Because sometimes it's more than you learn it. You feel it maybe more than you learn it.
But
you feel something maybe more than you learn something.
But your work plays on emotion.
Yes.
That's like the big thing. Even like the very colorful knit.
Yeah.
It's full of emotion.
Yeah.
Happiness.
Yeah.
And fun.
Yeah. I think the emotion is all of my art is emotion. And sometimes you will feel the loneliness, sometimes you feel the anger. But the most important thing is you will see, I will really interested in how the situation of human, like a human body who live in the time and space, and what the time and space to effects on her human body, so that reflects on her emotion. I think this is what is the story about human being.
And how do you think Giant Lily feels? What's her emotion?
I think she is in a really.
Lily's over here.
Yeah.
Lily's with you.
Yeah.
She's bored, I think, at the moment.
Yeah. No one.
Lily's looking bored.
Yeah.
But she's looking very strong and monumental, Lily.
Yeah.
There's nothing sad about her there.
Yeah.
Nothing.
She seems like you know the secret, something like that. Mm-hmm. Because you will put your secret in it so that she knows. And Big Lily is another thing, because people is always, big things for proportion.
Yeah.
Human being is something like they can defend in the unknown, so that they make building architectures. They build the God more bigger than human being, because they feel that this is, to against the unknown world. So that when they speak, they have some meaning like this. But at the same time, when they big, doesn't work the human world. Mm-hmm. When they become like this, it doesn't work. But I always make the proportion is the same ways, so that when you see in the whole scale of the lily, you find that this is the same as what we know about human, because the proportion is the same. But when we see somebody who really go near to her, you find the magic coming up.
Yeah.
It's different. So that you will find that maybe human is not the only one in the world. You can find. I think this is the next generation for me. The next generation is not just knowing the logics of the material, but the spirit of the material. That's make the difference.
Great.
It seems like when you make the tree, I always talking about something like a trees. I see the trees there, but I also see the trees in the tree, right? But when you are building logic, the tree is just numbers. But when I am put it in my way, I see this tree is different from this tree, because it's different trees. Different tree have different grow up history. So that they are different. Something more fixed, something more softer, They are different. But in the numbers, it's a human concept. It becomes the same. That is a Big Lily thing is also talk about this.
I think these people